Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for this Sunday, June 21st, 2026. Hit that like button and subscribe button on the way in, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first day of summer, of the summer equinox, the longest day of the year. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and fathers to be. Appreciate you today. But today we're looking at the temperatures in the lower 48 first. These are the high temperatures for Sunday, June 21st, 2026, courtesy of pivotalweather.com. And as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, high temperatures are going to be hot for the majority of the country here, even into the New England and even up into the upper Midwest. Heat is going to be there. 77 degrees Fahrenheit for a high temperature for Sunday for Minneapolis, St. Paul. Good morning to you. 68 degrees Fahrenheit for a high temperature for Chicago off the lakes. A little bit cooler, but nice day, a perfect day, summer day. 88 degrees Fahrenheit for DC for your high temperature. 88 degrees Fahrenheit also for Atlanta, Georgia. 92 degrees Fahrenheit for Charlotte, North Carolina. Good morning to you. 90 degrees Fahrenheit for Miami with a humidity approaching 90% and some afternoon thunderstorms. We have Houston at 91 degrees Fahrenheit as well. Phoenix is at a seasonal 105 degrees Fahrenheit for a high temperature today. LA Basin, good afternoon or good morning to you. 76 degrees Fahrenheit for your high temperature. 84 degrees Fahrenheit for Portland. 86 degrees Fahrenheit for a high temperature in Seattle, Washington as well. And don't forget our friends in DFW. You're going to be in the 90s too. 92 degrees Fahrenheit, but you've not had a 100 degree day in the last 2 months, so that's the good news for you. But it's just to the west of you, out and towards Amarillo and Midland and Odessa, you'll be over 103 degrees Fahrenheit for your high temperature today. So overall, not too bad. Looking at the National Weather Service current hazards for Sunday, June 21st, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, we have beautiful skies in the Northeast, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, the Southeast, and also out west and the upper Midwest as well. The Intermountain West. But the issues come in the middle of the country here. So if you're coming along I-70 through Indianapolis, into Illinois, Effingham, into St. Louis, and then out towards Kansas City, there is flash flood watches in effect in green here for these swollen rivers, and lots of heavy rain is going to be there and lightning. Maybe a few claps of thunder, so a few may reach severe criteria. We have to wait and see. That's going to be later on in the afternoon hours for you guys in the Central Plains. Now, there's also a heat advisory in light orange here. This includes Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Norman, back towards the Red River Valley border with Texas, into the Texas Panhandle, and then over toward El Paso, Midland, Odessa, Amarillo, Pampa, Lubbock. Those areas, you guys are under a heat advisory here for some of these temperatures in orange, as well as New Mexico, eastern New Mexico, Roswell, Las Cruces, Alamogordo, back towards the border with Texas there, El Paso, Anthony, Texas, and New Mexico, and then over toward the New Mexico border with Mexico. And then we have a red flag warning into the southwest corner of the Colorado, so Durango, Colorado. You're heading towards St. George, Utah, back into the west of the Continental Divide. Be very careful. There is a red flag warning for you. Now out west in the Pacific Northwest, we have a heat advisory for you. This includes Seattle, Tacoma, Bellingham, down toward the Oregon border here, and also the Kitsap Peninsula, and then into Oregon, and then northern California as well. So north of Mount Shasta and Weed, California, coming up to 5 there is a heat advisory for some temperatures that could be uncomfortable for some people. Now, the next 6 to 10 day outlook, this is starting Friday, June 26th, and lasting to the end of the month of June here. This is climatologically speaking here for the lower 48. We're going to be above average here for much of the Sun Belt here, from Arizona to Florida, and then much of the Mid-Atlantic and the upper tier of the Ohio Valley. We're all going to be above average here, with the exception of northern New England and the northern tier of the border of the United States with Canada. They're going to be below average. So places like Montana, Cutbank, Havre, Boise, places like that, Williston, North Dakota, Pierre, Black Hill, South Dakota, and then Wyoming, you're going to be below average here, maybe about 5 to 10 degrees. But everywhere else is going to be either average or above average to close out the month of June. So that's great news if you love the heat. And the summertime is officially here. Looking at the water vapor, you can see that now we're 21 days in the national hurricane season. You can see there is dry air in this orange and yellow in the Gulf of America, in the Caribbean Sea, and in the eastern in the Atlantic Ocean here, east of Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. So you can see a lot of dry air, and there's also a lot of Saharan dust, and that's limiting the effects of any tropical development in the next 7 days. So that's great news. We can see this plume moisture I talked about in green here, and the water vapor that's going to be affecting places like Little Rock, Mountain Home, into Joplin, Missouri, and St. Louis, and Effingham, and Champaign, Kankakee, Illinois, and into Indianapolis. But this shield of rain is going to continue in the center part of the country, and that's why we have those flash flood watches in effect in green that I showed you. Out west is dry as a bone. Those orange conditions continue. No tropical cyclone activity is expected on the next 7 days. That's excellent news for anybody looking for cruises, the summer cruises after your vacations. This is going to be excellent news. This has been the Weather Guru Podcast for Sunday, June 21st, 2026. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Blessings.